Hello and welcome to this edition of the Hindus Education Webinar. We hold these webinars every Saturday at 5 p.m. This Saturday, we have a very involved topic that deals with apprenticeships. The news hook or the immediate trigger being that the UGC came out with some guidelines regarding a new apprenticeship embedded degree programs that can be offered by universities. It came out a few months ago, but that seems to be in a only among the latest in a series of initiatives the government has been taking to push apprenticeships. For instance, in 2019, the government came up with this Apprenticeship Act. It enacted enough changes, instituted several novel measures to promote this concept of apprenticeship, basically to improve labor productivity, skilling, to make India a more skilled workforce. So that's a key vision of the union government, and it's been part. It's a key part in the national education policy too. And to discuss that, and in that there's a line of actions. The UGC came up with this novel idea. The previous initiatives, for instance, the incentive linked scheme that was announced in the union budget, that dealt with giving tax benefits to companies. Well, that was on the company side. So this UGC program is more targeted at the universities, how universities can integrate apprenticeship within regular degree programs. And that's a very interesting initiative. But it may be time to take stock, because we've been talking about apprenticeships, promoting skilling and all that for quite a while now. And it's maybe time to take stock to see how universities can roll out what these programs can be. And given the kind of experience we've had with these initiatives, we have a really very interesting panel to discuss this issue with us. We welcome Dr. Parag Kalkar. He's the Pro Vice Chancellor of Savitribai Phule Pune University. So he would tell us more about the academic side, how it can be implemented by universities, how these programs can look like, what are they looking like. And we have Varun Sachdeva. He's the Senior Vice President and APAC Head of NLB Services. He's a HR expert. Anil Agarwal, he's CEO and co-founder of Incruiter. He's also here to share with us his insights into the labor market, into recruitment, and what role apprenticeship has been playing and will play. Welcome, sirs. I'll throw the floor. I'll share the floor with Dr. Parag Khakkar first. I'll ask him what he thought of the guidelines. The UGC came up with these guidelines in October, and how far has your own university, SPPU, has moved ahead on this, and when will we see these programs? What are other universities doing? How are these programs going to look like? Tell us more, sir.
Yeah. Basically, the 2025, the recent draft is again released by the University Grants Commission. And even the state government at the Maharashtra has also released some guidelines and discussions on that. This program is very new to implement, basically because of all we discuss every time whenever we have industry institute interaction, whenever we thought about working with the industry, whenever we go to the industry for the placement purpose, that there is a skill gap between students who are coming out of as a graduate from various prestigious institutes and universities and the requirement of the industry. And we keep on discussing is a large number. So the idea of this to formalize, basically, we have already in our professional courses called as internship. It is between 2 semesters, basically in the summertime, sometime in the winter time also, but it's a very short duration. But apprenticeship is a very long duration, minimum 3 months to 6 months, and it goes almost 50% of the program or 50% of the credit. So you have an option of 33% to 50% is a range which is proposed by the University Grants Commission. The idea is industry and institute should come together. Today, what is happening that the student who is passing out of any program, basically it is now focusing on the traditional program, BA, BCom, BSc, where the students are just coming out of with degree, but the application of their knowledge into real world is missing somewhere. They are not able to perform in the real world. So catching them with the real world can, the some part of this internship can be converted in apprenticeship. So either industry can come together. It is in more structure format when we call it as apprenticeship. It is governed by the rules and regulations, safety regulation, the healthcare of the student, the insurance of the student. So many strategic things are required, because today internship is a formal structure is not there. Student goes, student works 2 months and 3 months, come back with some kind of outcome which is not designed. They have may or may not have a mentorship. So I think apprenticeship embedded training program is an MOU between one university and one industry, where the industry required human manpower, skilled manpower can be created in the program structure, where student will learn maybe for first semester, second semester, maybe for third semester, he will go to the industry, come back in fourth semester. There is a flexibility that up to 3 to 4, 50% of the program can be covered in the internship. We have to cover the structure or the course structure in the form of credit completion also. So I think 3 years graduate program or 4 years graduate program, there are chances of having 3 to 6 months internship or apprenticeship with the MOU with the industry, where the proper guidance is there, and whatever he learns in the classroom can be checked or implemented in a structured manner in the industry. That is ideology. It is not generic internship. It is a specific apprenticeship program where one industry or one group of industry will come. They will decide the intake. Course curriculum will be jointly designed by the university and the industry, and they will have an intake where a certain period of time, maybe a 1 semester, student will go to industry, then the feedback will be shared with the academician. Next semester he will improve upon next level of learning, and then again he will go in apprenticeship program, where he will get paid for that apprenticeship in a structured manner. That is the ideology, which is, I think, future. We all talks about students who are coming from the professional colleges does not have the required skill to be employable. I think this gap can be structured, systematically bridged by apprenticeship embedded degree program. Thank you.
Understood, sir. So takeaways are, it's a more structured approach to internships have always been there, but this is a more structured approach. And you talked about this three-way agreement where the guidelines talk about a tripartite agreement between the student, the HEI, and the company. So it's like it's a very formal thing, and the companies, they play a role in assessment, they mentor. So it's a very structured approach. We get that. uh, Meanwhile, we have another very interesting guest who's joined us, Mahesh Sharma. He's founder editor of Careers 360. He offered to be a backup for me, and I said, "You be a front up for me. You know more than this, about this than I do." So we will hear from him too. So I'll bounce the mic rather to who would want to go, Anil or?
I can go.
Okay, tell us more. Now we keep hearing. Obviously, institutions can do it. I mean, that's easier for them. How much interest do corporates, do recruiters have in this apprenticeship? We've been hearing so much. What do the corporates think? What do the companies think? Is this enough? Is this beneficial for them? What's in it for them?
I think it's definitely beneficial. And if you look at it from an industry or a corporate perspective, the apprenticeship embedded degree program would only be effective for them if they're able to get the employment ready graduates. People who have got practical experience, they are involved in real world projects. Internships should be a part of the academic program. They should have some sort of technical proficiency, should understand the latest trends, what is happening around all of us, right from AI to Gen AI. The curriculum what they have gone through should definitely be relevant, as Dr. Parag was talking about. and that's where the co-ownership of designing the right you know modules and industry aligned content, making sure that it's very agile and updated as well. Also, while focusing on the content, also understanding that soft skills aspects is also very important. Adaptability, ability to change, ambiguity and innovation, problem solving and critical thinking. So these are some of the things which have to be a part of the overall program to make sure that once the student or a candidate is going through this structured program, they are enabled to get the right employment opportunity with the corporates. And once that is done, there should be a workplace integration methodology as well. So clear career progression path post their apprenticeship, industry mentorship, what Dr. Parag was talking about, and the regular support. It has to be a right combination of support from the mentor, coming from the corporate world as well as the academic institution as well. And when we are doing all of this, there should be work-based assessments as well to ensure that the students understand that how cross-functional teams actually work. Once all of this ecosystem start working, the corporates would be very interested, in accepting this as a realized or an effective model to have the talent getting into the corporate world. I hope I made some sense out of it.
Totally, totally, Varun. Thank you. I'll ask a slightly more difficult question. Well, not difficult, but seems logical. This all seems like a very CSR kind of thing, charity. But what's in it for the companies? What do they get out of offering these things? Would you like
Great.
to
I'd like to go for this. Yes, I think
please?
as Mr. Varun said, more job ready candidates, right? If you see in last 1.5 years, 2 years, we are into, so just quickly, we are into recruitment. A lot of companies comes to us, wants to hire people, but what we face a challenge as a company when we try to go to, the company comes to us, they say that we are not getting people who are actually trained, who have a practical knowledge of getting things done. Now, what I faced is the last 1.5 years, 2 years, we have seen the campus hiring is lowest in the market. 2 years, it was extremely low. Now, why the campus hiring is so low? Every company wants experienced people have a higher salary. A campus, if they had, definitely the salary can be a much more lower. Of freshers, they can train them, mold them as per the requirement. But why they are not hiring, we have to understand that. What we have been taught in the college, what we have been taught in the university, what is being done in the companies, industries is entirely different. There is no match in that. We are more focused right now. The universities or colleges are more focused on the giving the theoretical knowledge, how the system work. But they don't. When they go to the industry, they find that this is not how the system works. The entire things are changed there. So we have seen a big gap what has been taught and what has been delivered, right? So the kind of apprentice, like as the government has planned for the, I think NAPS and NATS, some of the program that government has, I think that's a fantastic program. Now, when I was also in the engineering college, I was having a 6 months internship in the industry internship. So I would say 3.5 years, and I compared to that 6 months of internship. I would say that 6 months of internship was giving much more knowledge because I was working in the industry, not only seeing how the industry work, but getting the practical knowledge, how actually a system work in the industry, what knowledge is required, not only the theoretical knowledge, the practical way of dealing things, running things. And as I think, as Varunji was saying, the things are progressing, the Gen AI is coming, everything that is being theoretical. I was just reading a few days back a news, the China has implemented AI in the class, in the school, for the school students. Now, this is the future, what I feel that every company is going to use, industries are going to use AI in coming days. But are we planning, let's implement AI, our people, our students should be aware of the AI and they should be knowing about AI. How early we can do that? As I see, class 5 or 6 in China, they have already implemented, they're already teaching that because they know that that's the future. You don't have to now mug up things, right? And that's what I think, that industry knowledge is much more important. Government knows that the industry knowledge, what is going on in the industry, what is being taught in the college is not same. That's where we have to be aligned and we have to sync the things, I think that.
Thank you, Anil. Mahesh, would you like to go? Tell us more. How has what have we achieved? We have been driving at apprenticeship for several years now. As a critical, skeptical journalist, What has been the success?
This is not new, but about 30 years back, KISS used to offer a program called MA in Labor and Industrial Relations. It still continues to offer it. And that program always had a half-day internship from day one. They didn't call it apprenticeship at that time, but the students instead of did almost 1 year worth of work while they're doing 1 year worth of program, and they've been quite successful at that. Uh, Another recent example is Soho, of course, Soho schools. Their entire program is tailored towards making students job ready for Soho. Very successful again, and almost totally non-academic. So it's not as if you can't make a apprenticeship embedded program successful. You can, but it is a very different animal. Not every child and not every program is amenable to an apprenticeship embedded program. You do an anthropology degree, you do a history degree, you do an English literature degree, you do a Tamil literature degree. It's actually difficult embedding apprenticeship into it. Its purpose is different. The study goals are different. Uh, uh, while as it is easier doing it for labor industrial relations, for management, for accounting. So this one size fits all understanding which this program is now mandating would be the big question mark. It cannot be done for everybody. It cannot be done by every school. Now, interestingly, the regulation says top 200 ranking NIR of schools can offer this. Why? Most of them may not be interested in the first place. While as somebody who is locally present, who is connected to the local SME, an LPU might be more appropriate rather than, let's say, an IIT Delhi. But the policymaker can't think in that direction. So yes, it is a great idea, but it is not suitable for everybody and not suitable for every institution.
Can you elaborate? Can you tell us more?
Sir, may I?
It does restrict it to 200, the top 200, yes, in the NIR ranking.
The first year, which is officially planning to start by this academic year, now they are insisting of starting with the few universities and not with the colleges. The reason is balancing the academic also, because there should not be any compromise as far as the academic contents are concerned. So there is a compromise if it happens. So there are a lot of questions which are being raised without being groomed student properly, how we are allowing him to enter into the industry. So the time to enter into the industry has to be maybe third semester or fourth semester or later in the program. And that is the way I think we are going to try this year, launching few of the program with the industry, few select universities in the state of Maharashtra, which are going to start, and then we'll see how the response is there. Because if the student is not able to complete that apprenticeship in a particular period of time, if the industry is not happy with his performance, what will happen? We have not thought of all these things which is taking place. Today, frankly speaking, you are aware that students are less sincere in attending the classes and more sincere in giving the examination. So unless until they are very good in domain knowledge, application knowledge will be challenging. But for industry also, they're getting the young population to be tested, how they can work with the industry, and in future, these students, if they're performing well, they can continue with the industry. So I think it is the only experimentation which we are going to start with the help of industry, that will and industry can work hand in hand in few of the select segments, not in all segments like languages, humanities. We have to try experimentation and we have to see how the result come, and then we can go in the mass scale in future. Thank you.
I want to add something from my side.
Sure, sure,
And
sure. Go ahead.
since we do a lot of hiring, in India, today India is actually becoming the global technical talent hub for the world. All the global organizations, they want to take the benefit of the talent existing in India or getting built in India as well. So I think it's a very good start. What Dr. Parag and was mentioning, that it's an experimental stage. While we are getting started, I'm sure we will learn a lot of things throughout the process, where the ultimate end goal is to have more opportunities for students. Also, for the corporate, there should be a ready talent available. I think with this program, we are starting up with something which is unique, and this will definitely help in embedding future skills as well, what we are talking about, AI, Gen AI. And also, if there can be a provision for ensuring national and global recognition for the program, under the national skill qualification framework, I think that will definitely add a lot of value. Once we are able to define the structure with a smooth transition into full-time employment, that will definitely address the challenge what we face in the country towards unemployment. And within this program, uh, it can be a provision wherein the undergraduates can explore multiple functions, right from research and development to quality to customer service, before choosing a path. And ideally this is good for building the well-rounded engineers, what our country is actually looking to build for the global clients which are coming to India. And that's what we are seeing in the market at this point of time. I'm sure Anil can also add his thoughts, because he's also into
Yeah.
the recruitment industry.
Yep, yep. I think yes, I have some pointers to add. As Dr. Parag said, I think very absolutely two things I liked it. We should focus what we want to do first. Like we have been a global talent hub for the IT industries right now. Globally, if you see a lot of GCCs last year, 1600. I know IT. So GCCs formed in India where they have set up the entire back office IT team. Now we need to catch up first one or two industries where we want to excel and upskill people on those lines. If you want to go to the manufacturing side, I think we have been doing absolutely great in the now automotive. Also, things are slowly progressing. Manufacturing, electronics, and now semiconductor. A lot of things going on. So why not, instead of going increase the area of upskilling, why not focus on one or two part upskilling on those one or two area, and then see how things are working rather than going haywire right everywhere. And second thing also, this the trend has slightly changed in coming days. uh, After the AI has come, I would say, the way the companies see the things are different. Now you don't need everything to know. Chat GPT can give you all the answers. What you know is how well you can use Chat GPT or any of the AI tool to get the answers. That what can only be taught by the industries. In definitely now, if you just search in the Chat GPT, give me the entire calculation knowledge of the CBSE maths book, these books, you will get the entire answer. You get the solution also. So finding, so it's no more about learning the solution, it's about how well you can utilize the solution. So that's how the things will change. We'll discuss more on that. I'd like to know more from the incoming discussion with the Varunji. Yes, AI has come into the, do you think the hiring has changed the way apprenticeship, the upskilling of the students, or the people in the student, or the knowledge that should be given to the in the colleges, should be changed or should be kept same?
So I can definitely talk about how AI is impacting
Uh,
yeah,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yep, yep,
I also helped companies in my previous avatar.
yep.
What we don't realize is that companies really don't have time.
Got it.
They 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 cannot invest time in training their own employees.
Exactly.
They will probably do a 3 day internship orientation and dump them into work, and then these children learn on the job. Now, to expect a company to pick up a first year kid uh, who is almost clueless about life in the first place, about language in the first place, about a lot of things in the first place, and give him precious office space and train him is actually wishful thinking. Honestly,
So
wouldn't happen.
yeah, sir, I actually disagree to that, to your point, and I'll tell you how, and I'll probably share my real life example as well. In the last 4 years, we have built the Learning Academy and Upskilling business in India. As an organization, we have built it. We have been very successful in partnering with clients where they want to build the capability for them rather than acquiring the talent, because that is not available. So they are ready to invest in upskilling, reskilling programs to have the talent being built for the organization over the period of time. What you rightly said was actually happening, I think, till 2020, and after that, since we have seen an influx in demand in the market, and the when there is a demand, there has to be a supply as well. To make sure that the constant supply is there, upskilling, reskilling, cross selling has been on a booming cycle. And I personally feel that today corporates are very cautious. They are intelligent in investing in their employees and prospective employees as well. And that's the reason you see that a lot of times corporates are actually partnering with institutes or colleges, and hiring the talent while they are in the fourth or the fifth semester of their engineering, and making sure that the curriculum is designed in such a way that once they are through their education program, they can be readily deployed on the project. So that's what my experience is in the last 4 years in building the upskilling and reskilling business in India. And I can say that it has been the fastest growing business for us in the India
Oh,
subcontinent.
you're absolutely right. At the fifth semester, he is almost job ready, not in the first semester.
But
You see,
the
the difference
embedded
between the first
program,
and the fifth.
yes, sir, go ahead, sir. Parag, sir. Yes. The embedded
The
program
the
is
embedded
later
program,
in the year.
suggesting either third
Third,
Embedded
semester, fourth
program,
semester.
yeah,
we
third
have,
or
it's a
fifth.
4-year graduate program where we
Correct,
are thinking
correct.
first
Ideally,
3 semesters he should be in the institute. First, second, and third, he will
ideally.
not go to industry in the first year. Even third semester, fourth semester, he will go. Complete 6 months, he will work in industry, because apprenticeship has to be minimum 6 months,
6 months.
because that much credit.
Correct.
Because otherwise, if you go for 1 or 2 months, industry will not invest in wasting time with him. Again, he
Right.
will come back for one semester and then relearn what is required to be learned based on the feedback which is getting from the industry. Again, for the even semester, he will go to the industry, and may, if required, for the entire fourth year, if he want to continue, he can work with the industry. So I think it gives the 50% of the course curriculum in theory. But first year domain knowledge
Also,
is important. Yeah.
also, Kalyan, take Soho's example. Soho has been quite successful in doing this, primarily because it has limited the content which the child studies. Uh, a normal engineering college would demand probably 320 credits, of which 160 credits would be courses. That's about 30 courses spread
Right
over
now, we are
each
focusing on the
semester.
traditional courses only.
BSc,
Engineering
BA is
courses
still
has,
full there.
yeah,
Correct,
yeah,
correct, correct.
traditional,
In
because the
other words,
large number of,
the universities have to rethink the number of academic content
yeah,
drastically.
but it
And
has
when
not
you
been
rethink
drastically
that,
reduced that the degree validity will be challenged.
precisely, sir, like Soho wouldn't
Because,
bother about it.
sir,
Soho
from
will give
teacher
a damn
side,
about degree validity.
yeah, teacher
That's where
side,
the
they will
trouble
say
lies.
that you're diluting the quantum of content in the
Absolutely,
degree. So without
absolutely.
diluting
The
that
university
content,
professor will demand that,
yeah.
which is where the
So we
challenge
have to balance.
lies.
So that's the experimentation we have to do
Correct.
initially.
Correct. A
J-
university,
j-
I've been a teacher myself. I will demand that the student goes through a certain, like you put Dheeraj Sanghi in this round table, he will insist that his children learn those 40 credits. He is used to that. He has given up a life doing that. A Sohos, Dandabani will come and say, no, no, no. 90% of his courses are useless for his job. He just needs to do 3 modules and come and work with me. Now, balancing that, 3 courses to 30 courses is a huge challenge.
So that's why the UGC has asked us the flexibility that you experiment it. Maybe in 20, 30,
Correct.
40 places in India, it will be experimented, and we can see that what
Correct.
best can be picked up for the masses in the future,
Correct.
basically.
Correct. Correct.
Industry is also in a worry. Industry, why industry should invest, barring the stipend also, why industry should, if it is not serious, because he can't go run away, he can't go to keep canteen, he has to follow the discipline values of the industry, he has to wear that attire and all these things. I think that seriousness has to become in the student also. They're not serious in a classroom, but they have to be serious. The first question from the industry side was that, are they serious, are they sincere? It will not happen they will come for 1 day and 2 day they will vanish away for any small reason. If they were to come, they have to be very serious in attending every day, coming at 8 o'clock in a shift. without naming the company, one internship which we have checked with the very best company in the world, but that company start at 8 a.m. in the morning in an industry, MITC industry place. Our student doesn't wake up at 8 a.m. They say your student is too good, but not useful for us because our discipline we cannot compromise. So I think this is the challenging for all of us also, because 8 to 10 hours they have to be in industry. They can't say that now I'm going home back.
And that's called today's Gen Z, right? Now, there's a lot of word going on Gen Z, a lot of companies restrict on hiring the Gen Zs because that's what the stickiness, time, punctuality, discipline, these things nowadays, they don't like previously. If you see, I think
another issue, Kalyan, which needs to be flagged is also, in this whole noise about being the child industry ready. There is very little discussion about making them life ready. The schools which we went to, I went to Jawaharlal Nehru University. There was no discussion about making us life ready. But that entire 3-4 years of the university education in the true sense made me life ready. There is attending seminars, attending protests, participating in politics, a whole lot of things which makes a candidate a citizen, a knowledgeable citizen. If you narrow that down, cut it down into making them a resource for a corporation, that has its own set of ramifications. We're not making machines here. We are dealing with human beings. Institutions must be acutely aware of that responsibility too. How far our universities are delivering it is a different question altogether. But as academics, that's important issue to be flagged by an academic.
Okay.
Learning beyond
There are no
classroom
easy
is also
answers here.
important.
Okay. Thanks for the point. Mahesh seems to be indicating involvement in politics has some use too. Point taken. But I don't think Professor Jagadish Kumar quite agrees to that, and he is
Yes,
your
of course.
Learning beyond classroom.
drastically, I suppose. No, it's a practical question. You came up with
Yes.
some very interesting points. You have to get up at 8. I mean, it's a problem we face. In the even if somebody graduates and comes and joins, there is a transition. They're no more at home. They are no more with their parents. It's a profession. The relationships are professional. It's not a family relationship, and that growth and transition, it happens to everybody. I mean, even if somebody joins full time, these issues are there too. So I don't think they're quite just for the apprentice program. But it's very interesting that you should point out that, and that the corporates are coming up with these inputs. So perhaps the way to go forward is to pick on certain areas, as both Anil and Varun were saying. Perhaps pick on a few areas such as AI, maybe, and some key industries, key universities who are probably more ready to do it. And we have to take Mahesh's point too. It's not that only those who figure in the NIRF rankings are the best position to deliver this. There could be a smaller college that works closely with the community. They may be more capable of delivering such programs. Well, point taken too. That may be the way to go forward, I suppose. What do you think, sir?
True. I second that. True.
Agreed. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Definitely, because that's what I said. I think IT is booming. Why not the India become an IT hub? Why not upskill people, more focus on particular industry? Now semiconductor government is focused a lot on the semiconductor. Why not build that expertise, right? Why not build that like electronics manufacturing, mobile phone manufacturing? So we have certain focus that government has taken. Why not go into that more? Pick up some colleges, do some, and I would say this is not a new thing that apprentices we are talking about. If you see chartered accountant, they have 1.5 year articleship, that's apprenticeship only. Without that, they cannot clear the CA. Why not mandate that? See, and they are job ready. Once they are clearing the CA, they are getting a job. Because 1.5 year they're working in the industry and solving the real life problem. That's already there for one course. Why not for every courses? Simple. There's a question, right?
Sir, the CA pass percentage is 3.5%.
So what I mean, this is Article 6. That's mandatory there. Why not have a mandatory everywhere? Why not there
Sir,
is a mandatory?
one
I
model
think
can be
that,
worked out.
Yeah.
One model can be worked out, which is, I don't know how the credit framework will be fitting in, because our all commerce and our traditional colleges doesn't go for 6 to 8 hours. There are only 4 hours of classroom basically. So I think if that scheduling can be done in the morning time before 10 or 11, afternoon the student can work with the CAs, ICWS, professional tax practitioners, lawyers, in doing all the sociology student, all the politics students, and many kind of student can work with professionals, basically not companies, professionals, and get the stipend in the form of articleship, similar kind of things he can get, and similar exposure he can get. So simultaneously for these courses, it may happen if both agrees.
Correct. Exactly.
Right now, is it just, should they be, should the apprenticeship provider be an industry, or can they be professionals? How do you read the
Right now,
rules?
they're focusing on industry only, corporate.
Industry.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
But
we have
going
suggested
forward, that,
only, last week we have a presentation where we
You
have
know,
suggested only.
the Apprenticeship Act says that if you have at least 4 employees, if a firm has more than 4 employees, you're eligible to recruit an apprenticeship. That's the
okay.
1961 Apprenticeship Act. And it also mandates that if you have more than 30 employees, 2% of your employment must be always apprenticeship.
Right.
So we have a horror history of apprenticeship in this country.
Okay.
But that
Okay.
very rarely we follow the law. It's a different question.
Sir, one program I'm running in my university, I'll just give you an example, quick example. It is with the retail industry, sales industry. First year student do the BVOC course, full semester, full 2 semester, where half semester is taught by the professional industry, which is the car industry, and remaining half is taught by our own teacher. Second year, he goes to the industry and work in sales department of that industry, where the requirement for him is to give the sales outcome. Third year also with the stipend, 9,000 rupees for the second year and 10,000 rupees for the third year, which is given to him. And he completes few of the courses on online mode. And finally, after 3 years, he get the BVOC degree. This is the first model which we are running for last 2 years. The students are in final year, but with a limited number of students.
Interesting, sir.
excellent. And I think what we are talking about, and if we summarize all of this, the internship, apprenticeship.
Kalyan, one query to Professor. How has been the response from the industry, sir?
Sir, we are having 40 students who are doing, this is the third batch which is going on right now.
And they are all placed with the dealerships or with the company?
With the dealers in the sales
With the
department.
dealers, isn't it?
With the same company dealers.
All right. Which is what I wanted to know.
So basically, with this model, they
And
definitely
what has been the feedback?
They are doing good, except barring 5-10% students who are not able to cope up. Because sales company naturally want targeted result, that's all. But 80 to 90% students are doing well.
Go ahead, Varun.
They're doing very good. 9,000 rupees per month for the stipend, and third year 10,000 rupees per month.
I was actually talking about Mr. Kalyan, the benefit it brings for the students. The internship and the apprenticeship programs. They get the real world exposure. They basically learn outside the classroom what Dr. Parag was talking about. They basically see how the deadlines, workflows, collaboration, industry tools they basically work. They also have a skill development. It basically sharpens their technical skill and the softer skills as well, which is the need of the hour. It teaches them professionalism, which is also required. And even if someone has gone through one internship program or an apprenticeship cycle with the industry, their resume actually stands out. That's what they are looking for when they are applying for opportunities. Many companies hire interns and as full-time employees later. So it becomes like a job interview for them, an extended one. And with this program, they get a career clarity as well. It basically helps students to identify and decide which field would be right fit for them. Sometimes they discover new roles, or industries they hadn't considered before. So I think overall, it's a very positive, step. We should invest more in this while we are just getting started, with the few of the streams and only some of the industries. But I'm sure after learning from this cycle, it should be made available for masses as well and across the industries what we have.
Okay. We have some comments coming in. One common point that people are making is, what about the apprentice boards? Someone is asking, there is a board of apprenticeship training. So what they're saying is this is
BOAT.
being,
It is already
yes, sir.
there in every state.
BOAT.
BOAT. There are
Right.
department of skills also. There is skill
Right.
ministry also, who are going to
Right.
facilitate that. They have limited number. They don't pay. If you have 4 semester student are going to industry, they are ready to give for 1 year like that. 50% reimbursement. The rate is decided. But I think this is just to initiate or encourage industry to come forward. But many of the people will like to get good students who are coming as a graduates or are doing graduation program and work with the industry and give good result. So there are in IT industry, many of the students are being absorbed with good kind of packages, not referred to the standard packages which is offered at the government level. So it depends upon how industry take it, because they need young people, because they're hardworking, they're sincere, they work beyond office hours and at low cost.
Okay. So what BOATs offer is quite sort of
Board of
limited.
Apprenticeship Training is a government machinery
Right.
which gives, there are fixed rate that 9,000 rupees is the stipend per month. Duration is decided. For certain months, they will support. 50% is reimbursed just to encourage the apprenticeship scheme.
Okay.
I think they are giving to industries also for the apprenticeship for
Yeah,
whatever
industry
they are.
only 50% they reimburse.
Okay. In the embedded program, will we see these levels of stipend, or will they be less? Or
No, it will be
what do you?
apprenticeship depends upon which industry you want to align with. If I'm going with some private industry which is ready to invest their own money, there is no issue. Otherwise, we can take a collaboration with the board who are ready for
And
certain period of time. Not maybe in the complete duration they will support only 1 year, not 1.5 year like that.
And we are looking at stipends of 7, 8, 9,000 rupees per month.
9,000 to 10,000 is a standard which industry is also thinking good, because the traveling and it needs to be taken care of. The
But
basic
recently,
amenities for the student.
government has shortlisted some 500 colleges for this NATS program, right? So how about the other industries? How they can participate and how they can be? So anyone can participate, or only those 500 has
You
been
can have
initiated?
tri-party agreement between student, industry, and university or a college, and then you can work on it. It's basically about discipline. It's basically about the ethics. It's basically about the safety of the student, insurance, and so many things. So technical things are covered in that MOU. The
Okay.
student should not leave. Privacy of data and all these things are being covered.
Okay. I see.
But
So any
various
other-
industries are coming up because they need that. Rather than complaining about not getting the right kind of manpower out of universities, they can contribute something in the form of, the number is very small because we can't have a batch of 5,000 student or 2,000 student. We can have batch of 60 student or 80 student to start with, and then we can see that how the result goes, and then we can expand. We can create a standardized model for the future expansion.
Okay. Do we have any lessons to draw from in other countries? How do they do this in other countries? This was a question somebody asked.
Sir, first we have to create a work culture. If the student of India goes out, they work with Starbucks, they work in coffee, CCD, they work in many other things, McDonald's, and earn their own money because the cost of education is very high. After 12th, in international market, the students are not supported by their parent. They have to earn and learn.
Okay.
In India, in spite of everything, the parents are so kind that they keep supporting the students. So I think we have to create the work culture. Not that parents are not able to support the student, but student must go and have a hands-on experience in the real world. Then he realizes the value of the money. That is more important. He has not got exposure. The complete engineering program in 4 years, they hardly got an exposure only in industry visit, where they say the industry from inside and not their work culture. I think work culture is more important to learn from various industry. When you go and have a deep dive for 4 to 6 months in an industry, you understand that how the work culture is getting developed, and are you fit for it? If it is not, what kind of skill need to be added to your own personality to become industry ready?
Perhaps we are sort of touching upon a very interesting a little sensitive thing also. I mean, it's just sort of unexpected. The fact that the way our society is structured, it functions, where the students are still in their homes during their college, they're very much attached physically, mentally, materially, in other ways. That's not the case in many other countries where once you finish school, you're out. So college is like almost you're sort of pre-adult, whereas here I would still say it's a bit of an extension of school. So the kind of backup you have, support you have from parents, I think it can sort of create a little bit of a cocoon for them. I mean, doesn't really give them a sense of the so-called real world experience. So when they start working, it seemed like a huge change from a very protected, cloistered environment, and then you're suddenly in a place where everybody is, there's all kinds of things going on. It's nothing like what you know at your own families. Do you think apprenticeship programs sort of deal with that issue as well? Do you think the transition is much more effective? Is that the thinking at all?
One line I will tell you: caring is okay, over caring is not okay.
Yeah.
So
Also,
if
I
you're getting
was leading a
okay.
MBA institute earlier,
yeah,
and I found that a student's parent come to me that the office of the company is 10 kilometers away. Can you find out a job within 2 kilometers where we are staying?
Correct.
At a PGP student. So it was very challenging for me also. What
yeah.
parents are expecting us to do.
And one
Yeah,
more
please.
thing, when you're getting 15,000 as a pocket money, you want 9,000 rupees apprenticeship. If you don't value that 9,000 rupees, right? That's the main thing. I live in between. People come join, they don't complete the internship, apprenticeship, right? A lot of those challenges are there because they don't value the money. They're getting 15,000 as a pocket money. Why they will value 9,000 rupees there? Correct. That kind of feeling has to be brought to the new generation. I would say that it matters, right? You is about the work, not about the money, first of all.
Right. And to answer your question, Mr. Kalyan, it does give the flavor of the real world to them, when they are put into this program and start going, to the industry for this program. So while there's a lot which needs to change, there is, we already see that some of it is happening, some of them it is being planned. But, culturally, if you talk about our values, our country is different from the Western world. So we just have to live with it for now and see that transition if it happens ever in future.
Okay, the money part, there's still some, at least in my mind, there's lack of clarity. Who is going to fund? Who is going to foot the bill? Is it the central government, state government, these boards, the BOATs, or the universities? There's a
Sir,
cost involved.
many industries who are in IT and IT enabling services, they're helping with their own money. They don't need government money. Industries who are in MIDC need some kind of support or subsidy when they're offering to the student, because the ITI student or similar student will go for them for apprenticeship. So they need to invest basically. Some part will be invested. University will invest in academics, and university will help in completing the degree program as per the UGC regulation. So I think for industry also, it is a win-win situation, and they're thinking that to give them some concession or use the money which is kept as a CSR. So this can be one kind of CSR where this money, rather than investing some other thing, it can be investing reskilling of the human being for the future India.
Okay, we have some more comments. People are asking, would pharma suit apprenticeship? I suppose most sectors would suit. Which sectors do you think immediately? Which sectors would jump onto this
So
willingly?
basically, the professional industries like pharmacy industry is already giving internship for the student. It is 2 months as official record, but most of the time when the student goes, it work for 3 or 4 months. It has to be 6 months basically to say at the apprenticeship. But right now, the PGP program, because the pharmacy education is governed by Pharmacy Council of India. So unless the Apex Council gives some guidelines of this, it will not happen.
Okay. Which other sectors, goes back to my previous question, which other sectors do you think are ready to jump in for such?
The retail industry is ready, sales industry is ready, automobile industry is ready, IT industry is ready.
IT, yes, yeah.
All IT industry needs some good brains to have their codes done and all these things. Even
Okay.
engineering college students are getting apprenticeship, not internship now in today's language, internship of 2 or 3 months. Some of them are getting good 20,000, 30,000 rupees per month.
Correct.
And this is 6 months, right? You spend the entire 6 months,
Apprenticeship has to
entire
be 6
semester.
months, minimum 6 months.
Minimum 6 months. Entire semester you spend there, and there are structured ways to evaluate and credit
Absolutely,
hours.
absolutely.
All
It's
that's
like
all
a
work.
shadow job, job shadowing. I call it
It's
as job shadowing.
a lot of university are already doing it since long. I did in 2010. It was entire one semester intensive in the industry. Now, not every campus is university do that. Right? It's important that why not every industry follow that process? Why not government should come up with structure that saying that every university, every campus will follow this process. 6 months is mandatory for every university to follow the apprentice program. That would be the right way of doing things. I think rather than some university doing it, some not doing it, follow their own process. Some certain courses guideline also the semester wise, right, to make it more practical, including certain things which is running with the time. Now things are changing, evolving, but our courses are still 10 years, 15 years old courses. I don't think they should be taught in that way. There's no certain guideline how the things should be progressing, how other countries are doing it, right? We have to run fast, I would say, in that case also.
Yeah. The courses should definitely be agile and updated regularly.
Okay.
So the challenge what we are facing is our students who are just graduating, their focus is on giving examination, getting good grades.
Correct.
But they don't know how that knowledge which they are gained in the classroom environment need to be applied in a real world. Even simple commerce student doesn't know what to do with the accounts. He only know that small formula which a small table can be done. If you give him a balance sheet and ask him to analyze, he say, no, sir, it is not possible. Forget about the tally application of the knowledge. So I think degree without skill is not the future of India. Degree with skill is the future of India.
Correct. Oh,
And the attitude and professionalism too.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. We had a very, very interesting discussion. I'll let everyone speak. Any closing remarks, anything that they want to say. We'll go with Anil, Varun, and then we'll continue with.
Sure. I think interesting conversation. A lot of things. Coming to running. I will not say we are doing the recruitment, but a lot of companies comes to us for conducting the interviews. So what we have seen the trend right now, how it was there 10 years back, the hiring. Not even I was 10 years, the 3 to 4 years back. Now how it is there. It's entirely changed. Now people look for the people, look for the students who are much more skilled. When I say skilled, they have done some project in colleges. Even if the resume doesn't say there is no internship, right? We don't even see the resume. If there is an internship, then we at least have he has some knowledge. Let's go deeper into this resume, understand what practical knowledge he have. He is further skillable or not. That's the main part. So no, even when they see the resume, right, the resume got directly rejected if there is no such practical projects being done. Then if focus is on practical project, why not implement it mandatory, right, in the colleges or in semester, 1 semester, 2 semester. I don't mind for the engineering even for the one entire year. That's the much more better way, I would say. And with time, as AI is booming, I think we should be progressing very fast. It's no more about theoretical knowledge. Chat GPT has all the knowledge, AI has all the knowledge. Now we need to implement that, how to use that knowledge of chat GPT to make a solution, to build a product. That is much more important. I think that can only be done once you are upskill, you are there in the industry, working in the real life projects. That's where you gain a knowledge.
Varun.
Yeah. I would say that strengthen industry academia partnership to bridge the skill gap. What we talk about and what we have been talking about for many years. Technology should be used as an enabler and accelerator, and the human intelligence should focus on the experience and the engagement part. The policy and the ecosystem support should be so robust that it creates value for the industry, for the students, and bring more employment opportunities for our people of India. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you. Sir,
I
would
think
you?
national education policy has given us the time frame for experimentation of future India. We as a citizen of India, industry, we should work in collaboration, not in silos, because otherwise we keep in talking in seminars about collaboration, but we don't act. In professional courses, we were working with the industry, but now for all courses, traditional courses, every course should have some embedded of industry internship or industry partnership or industry collaboration, working together with the industry. I think that is the future. We do not need lakhs of students who have degrees but no skill. We need students with degrees also, knowledge also, domain expertise also, and with right kind of skills and attitude and values also for the future of India.
It's an interesting, important program that could deliver the goods. But we just had a question: how many universities are really planning to launch these programs this year, besides yours?
Sir, every university is asked to launch minimum one program in one faculty. That is a
Okay.
mandate which is given.
Okay. And
Even
which
in
way are they?
humanities also we are thinking. Humanities also we are thinking with journalism, with media industry. We are thinking to have internship embedded program. We are entering into MIDC also, where industry will come. Then in commerce we are CAs and ICAAs. We are trying to see that. So we are trying to see that how it goes. After 3 years, we realize that what is the best practice which can be done all across the India.
Right. The apprenticeship semester would start 3 years, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, right?
Third semester or fourth
Third
semester, we are
semester.
planning it right now.
Third,
Yeah.
fourth semester. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks everybody. It was a very interesting, enlightening discussion. We learned so much about this program, how it's going to come, and it seems that change is coming quickly, and hopefully for the better. Thanks again, everybody, for this wonderful discussion, and all those who asked questions and commented. They gave their very insightful comments too. Thank you, everybody. Until we meet again next Saturday for another webinar. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.